What is most likely the meaning of opened and closed her mouth like a fish struggling to breathe in paragraph 3? Now, team, we have to look back and we have to read around to figure out what this is saying. So we're trying to figure out the meaning of all of this. Open and closed her mouth like a fish struggling to breathe in paragraph 3. Now, before I begin, I'm going to go ahead and eliminate some things that I know are not correct. The only one I can really eliminate right off the top of my head is that Melanie is trying to swim. Because we know Melanie is standing in an art class with her teacher. She is not in a swimming pool and she is not trying to swim. So she is not swimming. She's standing in a classroom. This is a form of figurative language. It doesn't really mean she's like a fish. So let's see what it maybe really means. I have to go to paragraph 3. I can't do this just off the top of my head. So paragraph 3, I'm going to read around it. Paragraph 2 says, Mrs. Cabot got right to the point. I've enjoyed your work so far this year, so I'd like you to submit a piece of original artwork for the school art fair. The project would be due in 2 weeks. Melanie opened and closed her mouth like a fish struggling to breathe. Thank you, she managed to say at last, but I don't know if I want to. So right here, Mrs. Cabot has just told her she wants her to do an art project. Melanie takes a minute and she's opening and closing her mouth like a fish struggling to breathe, and she finally says, thank you, but I don't know if I want to. So let's go back and see. What could that be? So it's not that she's out of breath, right? She hasn't been running or anything. When you're out of breath, you're usually out of breath because you've been running or racing or playing tag or something and you've lost your breath. So she's now out of breath. Either she's speechless because she doesn't really know what to say yet, or she's extremely confused by what her teacher just asked her. So I'm going to go back one more time and see if she's speechless, like she just doesn't know what to say yet, or like she's very confused by what her teacher just said. So it says, she opened and closed her mouth like a fish struggling to breathe and said, thank you, she managed to say at last. At last means it took her a while to get it out, right? And I think she's kind of in shock because her teacher just said something and she's kind of, she's like, I don't know if I want to do it or not. So to me, it seems like she was just speechless. So Melanie was just speechless. She wasn't confused. She knew exactly what her teacher was asking her, but she just didn't know what she wanted to say back yet.